Hey guys, I'm just gonna be real here for a quick second. This video is just me rambling and having a good time. No need to take anything I say seriously, because they're just my opinions. So yeah, I'm just trying to put a smile on y'all's faces and push out some content for you. And seriously, thank you all so much for 130 subs. It's a great milestone, and I want to keep making content for you all. Maybe our next goal will be 200. You never know. You guys are the best, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thomas Trackmaster, the toy line that made us all feel like railway gods at the playroom. Until our parents reminded us that we weren't allowed to make a 6-foot-long rail empire across the living room. But that's besides the point. Those golden days of buttery smooth tires and the train-fueled adventures, they've derailed hard, thanks to Mattel's quest to turn our favorite engines into spiky-tired plastic blobs. So today, we're peeling back the plastic layers and roasting the train wreck with a healthy dose of nostalgia and a bit of chaos. So this is the history of Trackmaster, from Tomy's engineering genius to the unhinged just laziness from All Engines Go. Buckle up, because this train's about to jump the tracks harder than Thomas at Action Canyon. Picture this. It's the 1990s. The 90s were peak Thomas, and Tomy knew what they were doing. Their motor, road, and rail system was perfect. It didn't just work, it thrived. They offered characters that looked very similar to the show and gave us many leadways to make our own stories. Simplistic locations that were just perfect. This was one of the primes of Thomas. Tomy didn't just stop at just toys. They gave us a ticket to Sodor. Each playset was an immersive experience. Remember Knapford Station? It wasn't just a station, it was the grand central hub for our train's adventures. Not only that, but these acted as essential at our storytelling as children. I can remember the many times I've made stories as a child, and just sitting there at my playset for hours, making my own scenarios with all these trains. And of course, we can't forget about Tomy Plarail. Over in Japan, the Plarail line upped the ante with collector quality designs that your kid brain couldn't appreciate. But now your adult self is seeing the true beauty, googling Plarail auctions at 3 a.m. And of course, the real boss, negotiating with your parents to let you keep that interactive layout overnight as a child. Tomy was the stepping stone to creating something great, and it was one of the most beautiful eras in the Thomas lineup. Okay, look, I'm not here just to bash Mattel. We all need a little nostalgia in our lives, and if you got that 90s Trackmaster itch that you want to get rid of, I've got the perfect solution for you. Introducing the new sponsor of the channel, Stamp Plarail Store. These guys are like the Indiana Jones of the Thomas toys, unearthing lost treasures from the golden age of Tomy and Hit. Think of pristine condition motor road tracks, mint condition flip face engines, and even those exclusive Japanese Plarail sets that still haunt you in your dreams. They're basically keeping the spirit of classic Trackmaster alive, one dusty attic find at a time. And guess what? They're hooking my homies up with a special discount. Use code IT'SZIGGY at checkout for 10% off your order. So, if you're ready to relive the glory days of buttery smooth track connections and chaotic flip-face shenanigans, head over to the Stamp Plarail store and use my code. So, let's keep the magic of classic Trackmaster alive, one nostalgic trip at a time. Fast forward to the early 2000s. Hit toys rolled in, and they took Tomy's excellence and added a bit of jazz to it. Flip-face engines were introduced, and James and Toby became instant legends. One minute they're smiling, and the next they're mad. Hit Toys did a great job in leveling up the game by introducing Flip-face and RC toys. And the playsets, pure adrenaline. Thomas at Action Canyon was like turning your trains into action stars. Gravity-defying waterfalls, absolute chaos, oh, 100%. It made you feel like Michael Bay was in your playroom directing train stunts while your parents were crying about you having like train toys everywhere. This was the golden age of creativity in the Trackmaster line, but like all things, all good things must come to an end, and Fisher-Price had entered the chat. and things began to feel suspiciously average now that they came. The early 2010s come around, and Fisher-Price took over. The first sign of trouble was the lack of innovation. Gone were the flip-face engines. Like seriously, who thought removing the best feature was a good idea? The engines also became a bit lighter in a way, and Thomas became chunkier in this era, and I have no idea why. The playsets leaned heavily in all-in-one designs, which, let's be honest, felt like they were just trying to make it easier for the parents with the price of taking away that creativity for the children. Trackmaster was still there, kinda, but it was like eating pizza with no toppings, and without cheese also. It's pizza, but it's not pizza at the same time. And that something became glaringly obvious when Mattel stepped in and brought us Trackmaster Revolution. If Tomy and Hit were like the railway engineers, Mattel was like, what if we turn these trains into awkward Hot Wheel monster trucks? Enter Trackmaster Revolution, the era of spiky tires and bulky engines that look like they've been hitting the gym and trying to bulk but never did the cut. Sure, they claimed the spiky tires were for steeper tracks, but in reality, they just slid around like they were auditioning for Disney on Ice or something. And let's not even start on the compatibility scam. Mattel's genius idea of making the underbases a little longer with a piece of plastic, which made it even harder for the trains to gain traction on Trackmaster 1 rails. Imagine spending years building your ultimate Sodor layout with Trackmaster 1 trails, just for Mattel to say, buy new tracks or get out. Classy move, Mattel. Classy move. And then came All Engines Go, the 2D reboot that returned Thomas into a hyperactive cartoon. This didn't just ruin the trains, it shattered the soul of the franchise. The toys became cheap imitations, rolling a lifeless track that felt like an afterthought, and I have no idea why Mattel released it. So there you have it. Trackmaster from the rubber tire perfection to the plastic nightmares of Mattel. Now, tell me your favorite Trackmaster memories in the comments. What were your favorite engines, playsets, anything from each era? Don't forget to subscribe for more nostalgic train wrecks. I mean, deep dives, yeah. But yeah, I love you all, God bless, and thanks for watching. Alright, bye.